sunrise, new day's dawning, and it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. We've got woodlands, fields, and water. Hey, there is no better way. You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Make some time, take the family, ask a friend, but don't delay. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray. Listen up and learn about it on Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Good Saturday morning and welcome to another edition of the award-winning Outdoors with Larry Ray. Brought to you proudly by Sportsman's Warehouse and the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Now, here's your host, Larry Ray.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray as we talk outdoors for the next 90 minutes on this second Saturday in 2020. That's still hard for me to believe, but hello to all of you folks in, of course, the Memphis area on ESPN AM 790 and 92.9 HD-FM, and Brownsville, Tennessee on 1520 AM and 95.3, and, of course, News Talk 101.5 in Jackson. This being the second Saturday, we would normally have John Gordon, but he is again on assignment with Ducks Unlimited. But we do have the man in the studio that he just handed me his itinerary here for the next 10 months. And he will have to get at least 5 shots, get 7 licenses here for different places, and get a passport. It looks like. Ron Wong.
Going lots of places. Good morning, everybody.
I love this. I love it. And, of course, you're going to benefit from this by Ron's traveling as he travels. And, because, let's see, the fourth Saturday of the month, he's going to be up at Grizzly Jig Company for their big show, the 23rd through 25th. And
that's an exciting
always
show.
A great show. Yeah.
Kind of kicks off the crappie fishing season, and
so we'll be able to talk to maybe Louie, or
we're going to get one of the Mansfields.
One of the Mansfields,
Wade or Louie, or
are they into that? Are they still working on the new
the new building? Will not be ready until June 1.
We'll talk about that when it comes in there. But Ron's got, of course, the American Crappie Trail. He's got all these different things like that. And
got
of course,
the Bassmaster Classic coming up first week
St.
in March.
Jude Bass Classic, all these different kind of things. And, of course, the American Crappie Trail keeps him busy. And he's ready to go to West Virginia there like I am in October when we head with the Southeastern Outdoor Press Association. Annual conference is in West Virginia, and I'm looking forward to that.
I've never been to West Virginia.
I passed through it.
So that's going to be great.
Passed through it. And speaking of it, this is Youth Sports Weekend, Youth Sportsman's Weekend for deer hunting. It finally ends this weekend. All you young folks are out this weekend. My season is ended. I thought I had 2. I was wrong. I ended up with 1. And so, but it's still a good deal. And let me tell you a little bit about. We're going to talk to Joan Howe, because this coming up is the Bald Eagle Waterfowl Tour up at National Tennessee Wildlife Refuge. Going to check in with our good friend Dave Payne from Dave's Deer Processing to see exactly how the season has gone from him. And then I'm really looking forward to talking to Cole Floyd. He's a new member of the Strike King out of Bethel University. And,
Cole very well.
Yeah,
and,
he's pretty remarkable career for a young man from Leesburg, Ohio.
And it's going to be there are so many
young whippersnappers that are good.
Young fishermen.
Yeah.
That are coming into the scene now at the very top pro levels, and it all has to do with what they have been able to learn all the way from grade school.
Well, what do you think now? I know you're a good fisherman. Okay, I know that. The Mid-South knows that. The opportunities now they have compared to when you and I were growing up. You were working. You know.
I didn't know anything about competitive fishing.
No.
Until I was in my mid-20s.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it?
Okay,
I mean, now,
and that's where it was not the same level of competition.
So
this was bass club stuff.
So how old were you when you won the St. Jude Bass Classic?
Let's see. The first one was 1979, so I was
not very old, less than 30.
Oh no, I was over 30 years old. 32 years
old. All right, 32. But you thought you knew it all then.
No,
you didn't.
you know, I was learning.
You were learning.
I was still learning at the time, and I'm still learning.
Well, sure, you're
today,
still learning
every
now.
day.
I mean,
that you go out, you should be learning.
But the technology, Ron, these kids have such technology now. The boats, their electronics, and we had
hard.
video, we had tapes. You know,
and
DVD.
What they have today.
Yeah.
First of all, they're introduced into competition as young as 8 years old.
Yeah,
9 years old.
Cole has told me when I talked to him before this that he and his brother, I think, were less than 10 when their dad was taking them out there. They were very competitive. At 10 years old.
You know, I look at Randy Howell's two boys. One of them is now 16.
Is he really?
The other one's 19. Lakers 19, and
that doesn't seem possible.
Oakley is 16. But all they have ever known is competitive fishing.
Yeah.
So now, Laker is on I think it's the Bryan College bass team.
Really?
I mean, so when you look at these young guys starting in junior high school that are into competitive fishing, what that does is it makes them learn more. So by the time that they're 18, 19, 20 years old, they have as much knowledge as it took me 20 years to learn.
And they're already getting offers from Bethel or Blue Mountain, Bryan, all these colleges.
I mean, even your big schools like Alabama, Auburn.
Yeah,
they all have scholarships now.
And Cole was telling me. Cole was telling me that that McKenzie's actually bigger than his town where he is. Yeah. And I was thinking, McKenzie's a nice sized little town, but so here he comes. They find him in Leesburg, Ohio. Comes to Bethel. I got all these records he's won and tournaments he's won and things like that.
And you look at Bethel especially.
Oh, Bethel!
But now in the last 4 years, they're going to have two guys that have qualified for the Bassmaster Classic. The Super Bowl of fishing.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
It's really amazing. And what happens is when you're in junior high school, and you're already competitively fishing, you're studying hard. Not only your regular academics, but you're studying fishing. You're getting that competitive edge.
Yes.
And in order to be good, even at that level, you have to learn. And these kids are really, really learning hard. And it's so good to see this. And, the sport, competitive fishing is growing leaps and bounds.
I think with that, you're leading into Joe Opager is coming up later in the show. Major League Fishing, FLW. We could address that with Joe because there is so much out there.
You look at those organizations like FLW, and BASS and what they have done for the colleges and high schools. And it's pretty amazing. And FLW is really the grassroots.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Of all of that because they, they partnered with TBF.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
For the youth more than anything else to grow the sport.
And now they're part of the Major League Fishing family.
Absolutely.
So you look at that, and we're going to talk to Joe later in the show. I'm really looking for. I know Ron. We always like to talk to Joe about update us. I think they've put out their list of pros. And things along that line, and they got the schedule all set up. And then, what better way to close this show on the weekend that deer season finally ends than talk to Chuck Yost? Mr. CWD. And if you don't know CWD, but now
everybody know. I mean, it's
Channel
on the billboards.
Channel 5 even had it on the other night.
Well, it's on the billboards as you drive around.
Yeah, they spend money on chronic wasting disease, and so we're going to talk to Chuck, and I know he's anxiously awaiting this weekend as we close out. I got some figures that I put together that were through this past Wednesday. With some numbers of deer that have been killed compared to last year, particularly in counties where CWD has been found. And we'll talk to Chuck in our very last segment. But, Ron, let's kick it off here because, we've had January. I know I saw you were over. We got to get to Ronnie Tice. You're over there with Ronnie. He catches them every day. It's just amazing the crappie at Horseshoe with him. But quickly in the last couple of minutes before we take a break, talk about what's going on fishing-wise now.
Well,
and we'll talk about it later.
Unbelievable.
You caught a monster, buddy. That was a
my New Year's Day gift.
Yeah, what was that, 11? What was that?
Was a 10-pound, 2-ounce bass that I caught.
It looked like
and
40
it
pounds.
was pretty amazing. But interestingly, all of the waters in our Mid-South area have yet to fall below 50 degrees.
Still.
Surface temperature.
Yeah.
All the waters that I'm fishing right now are about 51, 52, up to 53 degrees.
So what are they normal?
Which means
what would you think?
Normal this time of the year is in the low 40s.
Yeah, that's what I'm
maybe
thinking.
Up to the mid 40s. And so what happens, these fish have yet to go into their winter haunts.
Yeah.
So you're fishing like it's springtime.
They don't know, do they?
They don't know.
And that's
it has everything to do with water temperature and the way that the forage is, and it's pretty amazing.
Well, Ron, we're going to talk with Ron throughout the show, as we always do, because of the knowledge that he has from fishing for these many years and being one of the big parts of this team. So let's take our first break of the morning. Then we're going to take off and do a little bald eagle watching. Well, I tell you what.
Yeah, that'll be. I want to do that.
We need to do that sometime. So we'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.